Welcome to today's dissection. First and foremost, we're going to need to collect the items you'll need. Item number one being your paper with 9 labels on it: petal, sepal, stem, stigma, style, ovary, anther, filament, and stamen. Item number two being a pen or pencil, writing implement of some sort. Number 3 being a knife or blade of some sort. For this I'm going to be using a paring knife. Item 4 would be your flowers. And then I will also be using this cutting board just so that I don't ruin my table. To begin our flower dissection, we will be removing a sepal, which are what protect the flower as it is growing, protect the flower petals as it is growing in the other items. In the lily or some other flowers, the sepal can look very similar to a petal, but in a lot of flowers, like this rose, you'll see that the sepal looks much different. If you were to look at an unopened lily, you would see that there is a difference between the petals and the sepals. So we will remove that and place it onto our paper. Next we will be removing a petal, which, as I stated earlier, sometimes can look very similar to a sepal, but the petal is going to be right here if you were to look on the lily. On the lily, each of them come in multiples of 3, so 3 sepals, 3 petals. We'll go ahead and remove that right now. Now that we have the sepal and the petal removed, you can see the insides of the flower a little better. And next we will be removing the stamen, which are these right here. Okay, so we have 2 stamens removed from the flower, and now the stamen consists of the anther, which is right here, and the filament, which is this long part right here. The anther is what holds the pollen of the flower. So you're going to go ahead and remove the anther from the filament, and then you can place that onto your paper. This part, you can see that I've removed the rest of the sepals, the rest of the petals, and the rest of the stamen from the flower. There's the petals and the sepals. There's all the stamen. Next we'll be removing the pistil, which is where the seeds are formed in the flower. You can see where I have removed the pistil from the flower. Here's the poor stem. Next we will be removing the stigma, which accepts the pollen from another, or from a bee or some other kind of pollinator when they bring it to the flower. So we removed the stigma from the top. Next we will be removing the style, which is right down the center here. And then that will leave us with the ovary of the flower. Finally, we have the stem and the leaf. Not all of your flowers are going to have leaves on their stem, but if it does, go ahead and take that and you can attach that as well. So again, leaf and stem. Alright, so your dissection is now complete. You should have a full sheet of paper. You'll see down here I added pollen just as a kind of little additional. Not all your flowers will have pollen, but some may. So if you'd like to add that, go ahead. If not, that's your prerogative. So you should have a petal, sepal, stem, ovary, style, stigma, anther, filament, stamen, and then possibly a leaf and possibly pollen if you had those on your flower. If not, that's okay too. Now that you have everything taped up onto your paper and you have everything complete, compare and contrast with other classmates and find out some of the differences, and then write them down on your question sheet.